Hey there. You know how sometimes you look at a list of numbers and your eyes just kind of glaze over? Well, today we're going to tackle that exact problem. We're going to see how a really simple tool, the percent bar graph, can take a jumble of data and turn it into a story that actually makes sense. All right, so let's just jump right in with a little challenge. Take a look at this. What story is this data trying to tell you? Yeah, it's not super obvious, is it? Right now it's just a list of, well, numbers. Let's find out what's really behind them. Okay, so this is from a survey about snack preferences. We've got pizza at 30%, burgers at 25%, fruit at 15%, and cookies tied with pizza at 30%. Now, you can figure out the story here, but you have to work at it, right? Your brain is doing all this mental gymnastics, reading each line, comparing the numbers, trying to remember what was what. It's a lot of effort. And that's really the heart of the issue, isn't it? When you just have a raw list like this, it feels like a total jumble of numbers. The real story, the interesting part, is buried in there somewhere, but it's completely hidden from view. But watch what happens when we give those numbers a little makeover. Check this out. It's the exact same data, just in a new format, a percent bar graph. And boom, instantly, everything just clicks into place. Your brain can finally relax and just see the answer. It's a real aha moment, isn't it? Suddenly, the favorites are completely obvious. The height of the bars does all the heavy lifting for us. You don't have to sit there comparing numbers anymore. You just see it all at once in a single glance. And look how easy it is to pull out the main points. You can see right away, clear as day, that pizza and cookies are tied for the most popular, and poor old fruit is way down there at the bottom. And that is information you can actually use. Okay, so that's the first huge step. But where do we go from here? Well, now that we can see the data, we can start talking about its shape. And this is where we level up from just seeing facts to really understanding the story behind them. There's a fancy term for this. It's called data distribution. I know, it sounds a little technical, but honestly, all it really means is, what's the shape of the data? You're just looking at how things are spread out. Are the bars all kind of the same height, or does one just tower over the rest? And usually, you'll see one of two common shapes. The first is what we call a uniform distribution. That's when everything's pretty much flat, no real favorite. The other is a skewed distribution, and that's when one or two categories are way more popular, kind of skewing the whole picture. So here's what a uniform distribution looks like in the wild. See how all the bars are basically the same height? The story this graph is telling us is one of balance. There's no standout winner here. People's preferences are spread out pretty evenly. Okay, now let's switch gears. Let's look at some juice preferences. You can see immediately, this is not flat. The bars are all over the place. This is a totally different kind of story. Yep, this shape is what we call skewed. It's like a giant visual clue screaming, hey, look over here. One choice is way more popular. That big bar for orange juice is totally dominating the graph, creating this unbalanced or skewed look. And this is so important. These visual clues, these shapes and patterns, are what help us spot the trends. This is how we go from just saying, hey, that bar is tall, to understanding what it actually means. All right, let's put this to the test with another scenario. Here we have some survey data about favorite activities. And here we go again, back to a boring old list. Worship music is at 40%, Bible reading at 20%, prayer at 30%, and games are down at 10%. But the second we turn it into a picture, bam, the story just jumps right off the page. Just look at the shape of that data. What clues are you seeing? That tallest bar is kind of hard to ignore, isn't it? So let's break it down like we're detectives looking for clues. Clue number one, worship music is the absolute, undeniable favorite. That 40% bar is towering over everything else. Clue number two, games are the least chosen activity. And clue number three, Bible reading and prayer are definitely valued, but they're not the top pick for this group. Okay, so what? We found a trend. Big deal, right? Well, yeah, it is a big deal, because this is where the magic happens. This is where we go from just looking at a graph to making smart decisions in the real world. And it's a super simple but really powerful two-step process. Step one, interpret the trend. Pretty easy here. Worship music is the most popular thing. Step two, make an informed decision based on that trend. So For example, you might plan more time for music to really get everyone engaged. See? Data to decision. Simple. And really, that's the whole point of all of this. Turning numbers into pictures isn't just some exercise for math class. It's a practical tool for real-life wisdom. When we can see a situation clearly, we're empowered to choose our next steps wisely. You know, this whole idea of seeking clarity so we can make better, wiser choices, it resonates on a much deeper level. It reminds me of the promise that wisdom is available to us if we just ask for it. Being able to see the true picture, whether it's in a chart or in our lives, is always the first step toward making a great decision. So I'll leave you with this to think about. What are the confusing numbers in your life? You know, maybe it's your budget, or how you spend your time, or your progress on a big goal. What story are they trying to tell you, if you could just find a new way to look at them?